Hi, I'm Sean. I'm the founder of Learner Journey, which is an AI first social learning platform. So, just a quick intro to the platform. Once you've signed up and created an account, you're on the global Learner Journey site. And down the left hand side, you've got various options: home, workspaces, which are branded spaces, walled garden for yourself with all the functionality of Learner Journey. You've got pages that you can create and share and collaborate on. You can explore, you can create learning paths, podcasts, videos, upload files, look at the people directory, get notifications and messages. There's the ability to create events and attend events on the platform. The same with bookings for one-to-one meetings, be it online or face-to-face. And you've got favorites, groups, jobs, quizzes, certificates, forms, leaderboards, and then there's options for premium accounts and advertising support, plus your profile. So that's high level what's going on with Learner Journey. But let's start by just looking at the timeline and the homepage where you can post. So a bit like any social network, you can go and type onto the platform, what is AI? But the difference is you've got AI support. So if we click on this icon here, it enhances the text with AI. Give it a moment, and what is AI is auto-completed for us and expanded, as you can see. Now, alternatively, if I don't want to expand what I've typed into the text there, if I just want to query the AI, I can say, what different types of LLM platforms are there? I can go short, medium, or long. Let's go for short and generate. And again, the text is generated. So we're starting again, and it's populating the post. So I can just wait whilst the typing gets done. You can see that everything's automatically tagged. But whilst we do that, you can see there's other options. You can actually summarize a document in a similar fashion. You can add links. You can upload images. You can actually create images with AI, and you can record audio with full transcription and punctuation. The same is possible with video. So let's take a look at creating an image now. If I click on the image prompt and say, AI is here, I can just generate the image. And if we take a look, the AI is getting to work and it'll be creating an image for the post. Image is generating and uploading. And as you can see, we've now got an image for the post. If I click on post, that post is now done. So it's AI enabled. And what's really cool about the posting system is everything is checked by AI. So inappropriate or abusive content cannot be published on the platform. There's those guardrails and that safeguarding in place. Let's look at some of the other features. If I want to record audio, I can click on the record an audio message. It'll count down. Hi, I'm Sean Gilligan, the founder of learnerjourney.com, which is an AI first learning platform. If I don't want it, I can discard it. And the same is possible with video. You can actually create AI videos from a single prompt. And again, you can create polls. So let's create a poll. What is your favorite AI company? And you can do this manually, but you might say, okay, that's going to take a while. So what I'll do instead is I'll generate with AI the poll. And that was created. Click on the manual tab. It's all done for me. Click create the poll. And AI company do you like best? Click post. And the poll's there. I'm going to go for OpenAI in this instance, and the votes can be gathered in nicely. So you get the general idea. You can insert your booking link if you want people to book meetings with you. You can insert events. So here's one that I made earlier. You can insert podcasts. So again, I can just insert the podcast to advertise that to people. And equally, I can add learning paths in. And this allows people looking at your timeline and post to continue onto a learning path. The same is true with pages. You can insert pages very easily. You can also insert quizzes. And finally, you can insert forms. Hello, let's look at workspaces. So if we click on workspaces, you've got the ability to create all the functionality of Learner Journey into branded walled gardens, which can be public or private. They can be self-registration or invite only. So you can see here, I've got a number of workspaces that I've created for different purposes, from world history, oracy, web anywhere, marketing anywhere. And by clicking into one of these, I can see the content. So if we go into marketing anywhere, for example, you can now see a learner journey type experience, but it's all branded for marketing anywhere. What this means is only people who have been invited or on this platform get this look and feel. And what it also means is that workspace administrators can fully control who's in the platform, their editing rights. You can create cohorts, so you can invite people to various learning paths. You've got categories that you can add. There's credits, so you can assign and distribute AI credits for creating content and participating. You've got settings, so you can set the site to be public or private, self-registration or invite only. You've got the branding where you can upload logos and color schemes. As you can see, it's very purple, this site. And you've got the modules, which you can turn on and off, and you can reorder the navigation here on the left-hand side through the module tab under Workspace Admin. You've also got attachments, so you can turn on and off what types of posts are possible on the timeline. And equally with page blocks, when someone's creating a page, you can turn on and off the functionality for staff. So it gives you full control. You've also got analytics, so you can look at the engagement on the platform from logins, posts, page views, quizzes, and media plays. So it's really cool. It gives you full control of the learner journey experience, and you can assign this learner journey branded site to your own domain name. So in effect, it's white labeling the learner journey experience. Okay, so we looked at workspaces. Let's look at pages. Clicking on pages on the left-hand navigation bar gives you a list of my pages, pages that are shared with me, and pages which are discoverable and public on the platform. I can filter pages by the various categories if I so please, but ultimately I can create a page. And there's two ways of creating a page. You can create a page manually, where you can form the blocks and the ordering. This is great, gives you more control, but is more time consuming. Alternatively, you can create a page using the AI page wizard. This is where you describe the page, what you want to create, select the elements that you want, and hey presto, generate. So just to show you that, if I wanted to create a page here about the future of AI, I'm going to include text generated with AI, images, an AI table, and quizzes. I'm going to skip the poll and click generate the page. And in the background, the AI agent's now going away and creating the text, the images, the table, and the quiz questions and answers. So give it a few moments and the page will be rendered for us. Once the page is rendered, we can then go in and edit. We can add podcasts, videos, forms, and other elements as we so please. But this is a very quick way from a single prompt. You can actually create a page. We'll come to it later, but the pages are the building blocks for learning paths, and also pages can be shared publicly on the internet. So a page can be private for use on the Learner Journey platform only if it's sensitive or you've got subscribers. But equally, if you want to get your message out there and educate your end users or customers, you can actually share it on the internet. So there we go. We've got the page now created. You've got the page title that you can edit. You can set the page to public if you want. You can change the font. And you can also say whether it's for premium or free access. So if you're creating premium content, you can actually make people, only premium users, be able to access it. If you click on view page, that shows you how the page looks publicly. And you can also share the page. So you can copy the URL and invite other people to edit the page if you so please. The plus icon allows you to add different elements such as text, images, buttons, videos. So a video could be a screen recording, an uploaded video, or a video from the video channel that already exists. You can also create AI videos. So from a single prompt, you can create AI generated videos. You can record audio, which is fully transcribed. You can upload audio that then gets transcribed, or you can simply type, and through text to speech, you can generate podcasts and audio on the platform. You can insert simple YouTube links and page breaks. You can upload files. Again, you can insert polls that you've generated before using AI. You've got AI tables. You've got quizzes, forms, bookings, events, podcasts, learning paths, and jobs. So there's a lot of functionality with Learner Journey. And if you're on the main global Learner Journey site, when you view the page, it's branded with Learner Journey. But if you have a premium or pro account and you're on a workspace, you can brand your pages as you so please with your logo and color scheme. So that's a quick overview of pages. You've also got page settings. And here you can set the category and the description. If you're struggling for thoughts around the page description, again, AI is there to help you along the way. Okay, let's look at other features down the left-hand side on Learner Journey. You've got the Explore option, and here you can see trending posts from the timeline, the latest posts, and the people directory, which is pretty useful. You've then also got this concept of learning paths. Now, all a learning path is a collection of pages, but what's great about a learning path is once you enroll on a learning path, you can see other people on their journey. What that means, if I go to another learning path, for example, beginning with ChatGPT, I can see all the pages and I can see that I've actually completed that course. So that's great. I've done it. And perhaps I've got a certificate of completion. And most certainly, if I got over 80% on the quizzes, I'll have a certificate from Learner Journey for that. But if we go to another learning path, for example, and I want to look at my progress on that, I can click on View the Path. And you can see that myself and Claire are at stage 1 on learning how to use Learner Journey, the 2-minute walkthrough. But we can also see there's other pages on how to create pages with AI, how to create forms, how to create quizzes with AI, how to post on the timeline, how to build a learning path, and how to create a workspace. And it shows me the next step is that I've got to get this Learner Journey 2-minute walkthrough completed. I can mark as complete and I can view the page. Now, because I created this course, I can go in and edit a learning path. And as you can see, a learning path has a title and a description. You can generate an AI image cover for the page, or you can upload your own. And in order to create a learning path, it's just a collection of pages. So you create your pages, you select the pages you want to be on the learning path, and then you can actually change the order of the pages once you've selected the pages that are going to comprise the learning path. Clicking Save Changes obviously saves any changes that you make. And that's pretty much it when it comes to learning paths. But it's the whole point of Learner Journeys that you create these pages and people can go on a journey. And the pages, of course, are rich. They've got videos, they've got audio, they've got text, they've got quizzes, they've got polls. And so it's interesting for learners to participate. Okay, let's look at podcasts. Again, you can filter podcasts by category. But here's one that I made earlier. It's called the Learner Journey podcast, and I can create subsequent podcasts if I want. But for this example, I just want to go into the Learner Journey podcast and show you what I've created. At the top, you've got the name of the podcast. You can obviously share the podcast. You can edit the podcast. So if you want to change the description, the logo, stuff like that. And of course, you can delete the podcast if you're not happy with it. But in essence, a podcast is made up of a series of episodes. And as we scroll down, you can see the episodes here. I can click play to listen to a podcast. And I can click on the down arrow, which shows me a comprehensive show note, but also a transcription of the podcast and what's included. So in this particular interview, what's really cool is I got the AI to create some questions to ask me, and then I recorded my responses. And I'll come to that in a moment. But you've also got analytics, so you can see who's subscribed to the podcast and what they've listened to. You can also see the number of plays for each episode. But let's go back to the podcast editing. And if we go all the way down to the bottom, you can create a new episode. And you do that by typing in the title, you give it a description, and then you can actually create your audio. Now, there's 3 ways of doing that. You can record directly using your microphone through the computer. You can upload an MP3 file or WAV file that you've got, and that gets fully transcribed, as does if you record directly on the page. All the audio that you create is used to create show notes. But the really cool one is generate from text, because if you're not confident and you don't like your own voice, you can actually type in text and then you can select voices. So if I say, welcome to the new podcast, I can then select a voice that I'd like. In this instance, I'm going to go for this person here. I can generate the audio. It's then creating the audio. So it's doing the text to speech using the AI. And if you give it a moment, we've then got a preview bar. So I can play.
Welcome to the new podcast.
And if I'm happy with it, I can add to the episode. And there it is. So similar to podcasts, you've got videos and video channels. So again, you can create a video channel. You can edit a video channel. There's the option to go into swipe mode, which is a bit like TikTok, where you can strike through the various videos that are available. So if I was to do that, I click on swipe mode, and you can see that I can actually move.
Let's explore how posting with artificial. Welcome to Learner Journey. In this tutorial,
you get the general idea. So it's just an easy way of accessing the videos. You can go in and you can obviously edit it.
learning paths are made up of a series of pages.
And you've got
Each page can include rich, interactive content such as text, images, videos, podcasts.
You can obviously download the video. You can play back at different speeds. All the videos are transcribed, so they've got full descriptions. And if we go all the way down to the bottom, you can actually go and create a new video. And you can do this in one of three ways. You can upload a video that you've already got, an MP4 file, for example. You can record your webcam. So if you want to see your face and publish that and give a talk, you can do that. Or you can record your screen. Then you can also give the video a title and a description. You can upload a cover or generate a cover, and you can enable or disable comments and then publish the video to the video channel. So that's a quick overview of videos on Learner Journey. Okay, let's look at files. Pretty self-explanatory. There's obviously a search option. So if I want to find a file in my name, type Sean, I can see my signature there. But you can create folders and put files into folders, and you can upload files onto Learner Journey. To upload a file, you literally click on the upload button and select the file, and you can also drag and drop into the file manager. You can order by date, by size, by the owner. And you've got actions for previewing, downloading, and renaming files. And that's a quick overview of files. The people directory lets you see other users on the platform. You can follow or unfollow users as you so please. And you can also message people directly on the platform. So if you click on the message icon, you've got the fully fledged messaging system, and you can talk to people on the platform. If you like, you can record audio or video or use AI to help you in the messaging. So that's a quick overview of the people directory and how you can message. So if we have a look at notifications now, anything that happens on the platform allows you to be notified, and you can turn on and off notifications. But if we look at the types of notifications that you might expect to get, here I've been notified that Claire has registered on an event that I've created introducing Learner Journey, so I get notified about that. And separately, I've got Joseph booking a meeting with me. So anything that happens on the platform, I get a notification, and new notifications have a black dot against the navigation bar, so you know that you've got unread notifications, and that alerts you to that fact. Let's look at events. So I can look at events that I've created before. I can discover events, but if I want to create an event, I just click on the create an event icon, and I can give the event a title, a description, and a category. I can say whether it's online or face-to-face. If it's online, I need to provide a meeting URL. I can pick a date and time, and I can set the duration and the time zone, and also enable whether the event is public or private, and whether there's an attendee limit. Obviously, if it's online, there's more flexibility. But if you're hosting a face-to-face event, you might have a capacity at the venue that you're hosting the event at. So just to create a quick event here, I can say meet learner journey, meet the team at learner journey. And then I can say, well, what is it? And in this case, it's a masterclass. It's going to be face to face. I can put the address. I can pick the date and the time, the duration, and I'm going to set it to 20 people, create the event, and hey presto, we've got the event. People then can register. So when you go to manage events, then you can look at past events or other events that you've created. And if you click view attendees, you can see the attendees that have registered. In this instance, you've got Claire looking to attend the Introduction to Learner Journey. And that's a quick overview of events on Learner Journey. So if we look at bookings on Learner Journey, a little bit like Calendly and other types of booking systems, you can basically create your availability. So you give your bookings a title. In this case, I'm calling it Sean Catch Up, the duration, whether it's online, in person, etc. You can then give a URL to the meeting links that people need to join and set your availability. So you can see on Monday, I'm not available, but Tuesday, 10:30 to 11 and 1:30 till 2, I'm available within those 15-minute intervals. Again, Friday, I'm not available. I can then save the settings and share my booking link out to people, both inside and outside of the platform. And then you can look at up and coming bookings, of which I've not got any, but in the past you can see people that have booked meetings with me. And it integrates with iCal, Google Meet, and Microsoft Calendar. So it's all nice and easy. Okay, so let's look at jobs on the navigation bar, the jobs module. You can find a job, you can post a job, and you can manage jobs. So if I want to apply to a job and I'm a user, I can search by the job type. I can search for the job role, and but in this instance, I'm going to actually create a job post. So I can again do it with AI from a single prompt. So let's go for Customer Success Manager, and what we'll do is we'll generate the job posting. It'll then populate the title. It's already got my company Web Anywhere, so it knows that I'm associated with Web Anywhere, and it's gone and populated the title, a description about the company, the job summary, responsibilities, requirements, and benefits. The location's been set to London, so I'm going to change that to Leeds. And it's a hybrid role between the office and home. And it's put the salary in there. And I'll leave that as it is. I could list it as a premium listing because I'm a premium member on Learner Journey. To give it a boost, I could do that. And what it does is it puts a nice gold outline around the advert to highlight it as a premium listing. But for now, I'm going to leave it as full-time and the UK, and I'm going to click post. And as you can see, I'm going to click find a job now. We've got Customer Success Manager, and people can apply. Now, once people apply to your jobs, you can review the applicants. As you can see, no one's applied to this Customer Success Manager role because it's only just gone live. If I didn't like the advert, I could close the job. Again, I could boost it with premium listings. But I have had an applicant for the software tester role. So let's view the applicants there. And as you can see, we had an applicant, but actually it wasn't a good fit. The AI compared the profile of the user with the CV and the job advert and job description and said perhaps it wasn't a fit. Now, the AI suggests it's not a fit. It's ultimately down to human judgment to decide whether to shortlist an interview. So a recruiter can download the CV, but they can ultimately shortlist and reject the candidate. If they shortlist the candidate, automatically a message is sent through to the candidate inviting them to interview. And if they're rejected, they get a polite message notifying them that they've been declined on this occasion. And that's a quick overview of jobs on Learner Journey. Okay, so let's look at quizzes. And as you can see, you've got a list of all the quizzes that you've created, and there's also the leaderboard. But if we want to create a quiz, you just click on the Create Quiz button. Now, you can upload a document or you can create from a prompt. So, creating from a prompt, I'm going to do on latest news AI in 2025. So, if I click generate the quiz, it gives it a title, a description, and you can just put in the category. So, we'll call it business. We can add a description or leave it blank. In this case, we'll leave it blank. I can generate an image cover. So I'll put AI in 2025, generate the image, give it a moment, and it will generate the image. As you can see, you can peruse the questions that have been asked, the optional choice questions. Again, all of this is editable. So whilst it's generated by the AI, you can still go and edit the questions. Okay, so let's look at forms. On the left-hand side, click on forms. You've got my forms that I've created, or I can create a new form. So if we look at a form that I've already created, I can view the submissions. And with that, I get to see all the data that's been submitted and I can download the CSV. But now let's look at how we can create a new form. So if I click on create form, again, from a single prompt, I can create a form on the platform. So let's do a quick survey of apply to AI user group. So this is a user group form. I click generate the form, give it a moment, and it will populate with the form title, so AI user group application, description, and then it's got the various fields that will be captured. Now, I'm going to make everything required as it happens. And I also have this spam prevention question for capture at the bottom to make sure that bots don't fill in my form. Then what you can do with the form, you can post it on the public timeline through a social post, or you can embed it on a page. So if I create the form, and then if I wanted to embed this on a page, I could go over to a page, select a page, and if I want to insert the form, I click the plus icon, scroll down to forms, and the one that I've just created is the AI user group application. I select that, and it's submitted into the page. And that's an introduction to forms using Learner Journey. Okay, let's look at profiles and settings. If you click on profile, which is right at the bottom on the navigation bar, and so you might have to scroll down towards that, you can see your profile image. And if you want, you can generate an AI avatar or a different type of image. But on this occasion, I've just uploaded an image of myself. A bit like LinkedIn, when you click on who's viewed your profile, you get to see who's been looking at your profile. And then you've got all the sort of typical things that you'd expect on a profile page, such as your name, your handle, the type of user that you are. As you can see, I'm an admin. It's got the job title, CEO Web Anywhere, and a bit of a bio, founder, CEO of Web Anywhere. But you can also put things in like your learning goals and your general business goals or objectives. What do you want to learn about? And things like your time zone. So as it happens, I'm in the UK, so that's set there. And it's UK English rather than US English, but you can select your language from many languages. Then you've got things like what's visible on your profile. So at the moment, everything is visible to external users, but I can hide and show various things like my bio, my goals, what I want to learn, and my skills. And down the bottom, I can also upload a CV, which is then transcribed into the system. You also get to see the AI credits that you've got and the ad credits that you've got on the platform. If you prefer dark mode, you can click on dark mode and the look and feel changes. Some people like using that at night time. And you can do things like change the font and the size. So if you want it to be really large, you can go large on that. But we'll go back to small. And that's pretty much the profile settings that you've got on Learner Journey. Okay, let's look at search. To search for content on the Learner Journey platform, simply click on the search box and then type in what you want to search about. So in this instance, I'm going to search for AI. As you can see, anything to do with AI comes up. Now, these are all the items of content across all content types. But what you can do is filter by posts, by pages, by quizzes, and by forms. And that's how you search on Learner Journey. If you like Learner Journey and you want to invite other people to the platform, that's really easy. All you need to do is click on Invite Users, then type in the name of the person you want to invite, their email address, and you can invite more than one user. So if you keep adding users, you get extra credits. Now, these credits can be used towards your ads and your AI credits. So if you really like the platform, you can simply invite your friends. And of course, you then get the benefit of your friends being on the platform. And if you want to create a workspace with them or collaborate in groups on Learner Journey, you can do those sort of things. So if we look at Learner Journey, there is a help section. If you click on help, it explains what the different features and functionality are within the platform. So firstly, you've got the homepage, which is your main feed with posts, updates of what people are sharing and following. You've got Explore, where you can discover trending topics. You've got Workspaces, where you can create your own private branded spaces for your team or community. And those spaces can be public if you so wish. You've got learning paths for following structured learning paths created by experts to master new skills. You've got podcasts for listening and creating your own audio podcasts on any topic. You've got videos where you can watch and create video channels for engaging visual content. And you've got the people directory for searching and connecting with others on the Learner Journey platform. There's a leaderboard where you can see who's got the most points and certificates. And you've got notifications for staying up to date with interactions of your posts, your followers, and other things going on the platform. You've got messages where you can engage in private conversation with other users. And you've got pages which create rich multimedia pages, all with AI. You can create events and discover virtual events and in-person events for yourself. You can favorite and access posts that have been marked. You can find jobs or post jobs on the platform, and there's the ability to set up availability to book meetings using Learner Journey. Quizzes are generated with AI, so you can test your knowledge or create quizzes for others. And you've got certificates where there's a leaderboard of who's completed what and who's scoring the most points. There's then ads and credits for premium posts and premium job listings. And you can upgrade to premium to get the latest features and additional AI credits. You've also finally got your profile where you can edit your profile settings and manage your account. And if you don't like the navigation bar being so large, if you click on this icon, it makes it more compact and gives you more real estate on the screen. And that's a quick overview of the help section and the navigation collapsible navigation bar. When you've built your page, one of the cool things you can do is click on View Page. And what that does is allows you to preview the page. But providing your page has been set to public, it means that anybody with the URL can actually navigate to your content without being logged in. And this is a really useful feature. Now, on the global Learner Journey site, you get the Learner Journey branding. But if you've got your own workspace, you can add your own logo and your own branding to the page. In this instance, it's the Future of AI page with an AI user group application form, which you can see. And that concludes our 30-minute deep dive. I hope you enjoyed it and found it interesting. I've been Sean Gilligan. I'm the founder of learnerjourney.com. And if you'd like to try it for yourself, visit learnerjourney.com, create a workspace, and invite your contacts. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.